Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. This is Rob. You guys, welcome back. If you are new to the channel, welcome. It's amazing to have you guys here. For those that are new, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it tremendously. And so, you guys, we have a new deck on the collection this time. I just got this deck about 2 days ago, and I am super excited. This is not a new deck, but it's a deck that I have been watching for a long time, and I wasn't really sure if I wanted to get it or not, like many of my decks, right? But you know, I finally got it. It's not inexpensive. It's rather an expensive deck, but I thought, you know what? It just looks so beautiful. I think I might have to have this deck. This is the Luminous Void Tarot, created by zuspan, you guys. And this is the front of the box, and this is the back of the box, you guys. 78 cards. It comes with a guidebook, and that's all that you see there for the back of the deck. Let's open this, you guys. How exciting to open a new deck, you guys. I just love opening new decks. The problem is I don't know where to put this, guys, anymore. I don't have any more space, but whatever, we'll find a spot. Let's open this. This is the back of the top of the box. This is the inside, and I love this color, by the way, in here. It looks gorgeous. And what do we have here? Oh, well, I've seen videos of this deck, so I know that the cards are shaped like this. This is the book. It looks like it's very small, you guys. It has the major arcana, the minor arcana, and that's it, you guys. There's really nothing else. Is there anything about the artist? No, it gives you a couple of spreads, and that's it, you guys. Here are the cards. This is the inside of the bottom of the box. Beautiful box, huh? This is hardcover. Really gorgeous box. Wow, I can tell you guys that I love the color of these cards already. They look beautiful, and I don't see that they can be in reverse, you guys. And if you can see there, you can see that this is gold here, and it totally shines. And so how gorgeous, really. Paper stock is that rose petal, you guys. So I'm very happy with the paper stock or the cardstock in this deck so far, you guys. And let's go through these cards. Look, you guys, there's gilding, and this gilding is that sort of matte gilding. And my experience with this gilding has always been that it lasts for a really long time. So it's not like the real shiny one that tends to chip away. This one tends to last a really long time. So I'm happy that they come with this gilding. And let's go through these cards and let's see what we find. And so, you guys, I know that this deck is not a new deck. I think it's been out already for 3 or 4 years. I'm not exactly sure when it came out, but it is not new. Of course, it is new for our collection, right? So the Fool. And as you can see, there's a frame that goes around it. It's a very minimal frame. And the picture still goes over the frame. So you see that here, and you see that here, and you see that especially here on the bottom. So I kind of like it, even though there's a frame, but it's sort of, the drawing is sort of going outside of the frame as well. And it looks like it's all watercolors, you guys. So very soft. Printing on this deck is really good. This was not an inexpensive deck, by the way. So it costed me at my location about $70. So it's expensive, you guys. Back of the card is beautiful. The Magus, or the Magician. The High Priestess. I don't really see a High Priestess there, but it's sort of like a figure. This could be a leg, and this could be then the body. And yeah, very interesting. And I see the eye there. Do you guys see the eye for the High Priestess? Very interesting. The Empress. That's a really cool Empress. I really like her. I like the eyes. So it looks like this deck is not only whimsical, but it's also super, super artistic and in a way kind of funny. This is the Emperor. I like that. This is the Hierophant, you guys. And these are pictures that are pretty simple, really. So if you're used to the RWS, then this, I think, is a deck that is not going to give you a lot of problems. This is the Lovers. You get the title here on the top, so it's not like you have to... it's not like you don't get a title or anything, so it's right there. You also get a small booklet with this deck. Strength. That's a really interesting strength. I don't know what this character is doing up here, but it's sort of like it wants to say hello to the dog. The Hermit. Really, really a total hermit there, right? The Wheel. A wheel. Justice. There's that scale there, and then there's that figure sort of bending to make sure that justice will be served. The Hanged Woman. This is the first time I get a deck where it says Hanged Woman and not Hanged Men. So interesting. Death. I mean, what a death card, right? A skull. Temperance, you guys. The Devil. And that is a total devil. You see here the two figures, they're not chained together, but they're like this one's arm is really reaching out to this one's arm, and then you see the devil sort of holding onto their heads. The Tower, you guys, what a pretty tower. I love the rainbow colors here. And then there's that big eye on top of the tower. The Star. So there's like a figure here that just bends around the star. The Moon. The Sun. So the Sun and the Moon, you guys, pretty straightforward. A moon and the sun. Judgment. Very cool. The World. Ace of Wands. We're getting into the wands. Very pretty Ace of Wands, by the way. Totally RWS with that cloud here and that Ace of Wands right next to it. The Two of Wands. That's pretty cool too. They look like two candles, actually. This is the Three of Wands. This is the Four of Wands. And here you see the house, which a lot of the times for the Four of Wands, we see the structure of some sort of a house or a building. And so it's no different with this one. This is the Five of Wands, you guys. And as you can see, there's some sort of a dispute going on or something. Even the characters here look like they might be in distress. The Six of Wands, and the media is really, I find the media really, really nice, you guys. So this is another one of those decks that if you really want to go back to basics, and if you really want something that is not computer imagery or that is not AI, or this is one of those decks, you guys. Absolutely gorgeous. Seven of Wands. The Eight of Wands. Those ones are coming at this one so fast that I think they hit. It looks like a she to me. It looks like these ones were coming down so hard and all at once that they sort of hit her and she's laying on the ground. So that is a very interesting Eight of Wands. I've never seen one like that where the wands have actually hit. You know, if I didn't know any better, I would think that this is the Ten of Swords, right? Because that's sort of what a Ten of Swords looks like. But no, it's the Eight of Wands. Interesting. This is the Nine of Wands. This is the Ten of Wands. This is the Page of Wands. And I'm not sure what this is. It looks like maybe it's a character. This is the Knight of Wands, and yeah, this one is going pretty fast, it looks like. The Queen of Wands. What a beautiful queen. And there's her cat, and you can see that she's got a big crown there, so she's definitely a queen. There's the King of Wands. The Ace of Cups. We're getting into the cups. And I wonder what this means up here. You guys, I have a feeling we are going to be interviewing this deck. So stay all the way to the end so that we interview the decks and you can see what a spread looks like and what this deck has to offer to me. The 3 of Cups, you guys, and that definitely looks like a celebration. This is the 4 of Cups. And yeah, it's, you know, there's that cup being offered to her and she is not looking, uninterested. Maybe a little bit depressed. 5 of Cups, you guys. Wow, she's really, really, really crying there. She's crying a river, it looks like. This is the 6 of Cups. And you can see here that it has to do with childhood. It has to do with the past, as you see too. You see a baby here, and you see a very like a little girl there. The 7 of Cups. The 8 of Cups, you guys. The 9 of Cups, being very satisfied from what we've already achieved. The 10 of Cups, you guys. The Page of Cups. The Knight of Cups. The Queen of Cups. That's a really cool Queen of Cups. You see on top of her head, well, she has a crown, but on top of the crown, there's this cup and it's just overflowing with water. This is the King of Cups, and there's no king. There's a cup there with a face on it. So that's interesting. Ace of Swords, you guys. There's the 2 of Swords. Those decisions we need to make. But she's not blindfolded. Her eyes are closed only. But so I guess she can open her eyes. But for some reason her eyes are closed. 3 of Swords, you guys. And that is all about that heartache, right? There's the 4 of Swords. This is the 5 of Swords. The 6 of Swords, you guys, and you see that boat, and you see this resembles a lot the RWS. You see the 2 characters here. There's the 6 of Swords sort of on that canoe, and they're sailing away. 7 of Swords. The 8 of Swords. The 9 of Swords, you guys. And you see these swords are just totally going at her head, like if she's being tormented by those. The 10 of Swords. So here is where you really get that image. And if you see here, the swords have bodies on them. So it's almost like as if something that happened has to do with other people, or, you know, might be the guilt of what happened. This is a really interesting card. And I must say, you guys, that the 10 of Swords are always so interesting. I think it's one of my favorite cards to see what creators do with the 10 of Swords, because everybody has a different 10 of Swords, and it's just so interesting to see what they've all done with it. This is the Page of Swords. The Knight of Swords, you guys, and really a knight is there. The hairs look like they're standing up. The Queen of Swords, that's a huge crown on her. The King of Swords, you guys, and it almost looks like the face is a skull. The Ace of Discs. The 2 of Discs, juggling. The 3 of Discs, you guys, working together, finding solutions. The 4 of Discs, letting go, not holding on to financial or physical things so much. 5 of Discs, you guys, that always tells us about that financial ruin. It also tells us about maybe being sick or being under the weather. And I think that when we say under the weather, it's literally here under the weather. There's a cloud on top of her and it's just raining down or snowing or whatever that is. And, you know, it's the 5 of Discs. This is the 6 of Discs. This is the 7 of Discs. The 8 of Discs. What a beautiful 8 of Discs. Really just sitting there and watching all of your work come to fruition. Now you can actually rip from what you've worked so hard all of this time. The 9 of discs, you guys. There she is with her bird. She's completely satisfied with everything she has. Though I have read that for the 9 of discs, that it's almost like she is unsatisfied and kind of looking the other way to see if, something like, the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. And so here is this character looking that way. So it sort of gives me that idea again that although she has everything she needs, there's still a little bit of dissatisfaction. The 10 of discs, the page of discs, the knight of discs, the king of discs, a very pretty king. And the Queen of Discs is the last card, you guys. What a beautiful deck, really. And you guys, when it comes to shuffling this deck, you're going to have to be creative because it's kind of like a little bit hard to shuffle. I'm just loving that red on the back of this deck, you guys. I think it's so elegant. I think it just, I would definitely bring this deck out for a special reading. And of course, as I said before, all my readings are special, but for like that one special occasion. I also find that this deck is pretty easy to read. I find it very, very friendly, you guys. This is not a deck that is sort of like, repelling me or anything like that. What a beautiful deck, you guys. I'm going to start working with this deck right away. This is a spread with this deck, and it spreads surprisingly well for a card that is thick and for a card that is sort of rose petal. So I'm really happy to see that it spreads really, really well. Let's pick 5 cards, you guys, and let's see what this deck has to say to us. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Card number 1, you guys. What makes you unique as a deck? The 5 of Swords. This deck is not going to get me led away with anything, you guys. This deck is going to straighten me out. This deck is going to say, hey, Rob, wait a minute. It is not like that. It's like that. It's not what you're thinking, but it's actually this. This deck is actually not going to let me get away with anything. So that's what the 5 of Swords is telling me. And so it's also going to make me realize that maybe I'm doing something that I shouldn't be doing. Maybe I should reconsider my strategy. Card number 2, you guys. What quality is most important for me to develop as a reader healer? The King of Wands. Security, you guys. Be more assertive. Be more confident in myself. The King of Wands is a beautiful card, if you ask me. It's one of my most preferred cards out of the deck. And so it just speaks confidence. It speaks, being proud of what you have done, being strong, being secure. And enjoying the fruit of my labor. It's really what the King of Wands means. And if we want to know what card number 3, how can I best learn from and collaborate with you? The 4 of Wands, you guys. I guess we're just going to act like a family, right? We're going to act like this deck has always been around. The 4 of Wands gives security. The 4 of Wands talks about family, talks about a place where one feels secure. And so I believe that this deck is going to collaborate with me as a refuge sort of a deck, a place where we can call home, a place where we can feel safe. And this is how this deck and I are going to be able to collaborate. And honestly, when I look at these cards and when I look at these drawings, I totally get that feeling. So isn't that amazing when we do these sort of interviews, how the deck just actually tells you what it really wants to tell you, and it just speaks to you immediately. And so I'm looking at this card and I'm looking, okay, how am I going to be able to, how is this deck going to contribute to me? And this is how it's going to contribute. It's going to make me feel safe. Card number 4, you guys. What do you see as the potential outcome for our relationship? The moon. Well, we don't know yet, do we? I think this deck is going to make me reflect on my dreams, make me reflect on my subconscious. And I think there is a lot of stuff that is yet to be revealed. This is what this card is telling me. So for card number 4, we're just going to have to wait to see what the outcome of this relationship is going to be. Not so easy. Very intriguing. Let's find out what card number 5 has to say, which is, what advice do you have for me right now? The Page of Discs. Yeah, I was just talking about the pages, and I was just talking about, how they can be a little bit confusing to me. And yes, the pages can be a little bit confusing to me. And so this is my... and I'm laughing because I can't believe that this card just came out. It's that's tarot for you. And this card is really telling me to look into new opportunities, look into what is out there for me, to be kind of childlike, to look at at opportunities that maybe I've forgotten about. And so I think that it's telling me that I should really study the pages a bit more. So you guys, that is how this deck actually talks when you do a spread with it or when you do a reading. And what a gorgeous deck this is, you guys. Absolutely beautiful. The Sun, Ace of Cups. It is such a particular deck. I think that this deck is just one of those decks that you cannot confuse with any other deck. I mean, this is just one of those decks that it just throws it to you exactly how it is. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And the more subscribers, the better. We can grow our channel and I can continue doing what I'm doing, which I totally love. And it's to review these decks for you, to let you know if these are going to be something that maybe you're going to want, maybe not. And remember, you guys, at the end of the day, this is your decision. My opinions are my opinions, and I say what I think. But at the end of the day, you need to know if this deck is for you, or all of these decks that I've reviewed actually are for you or not. So you guys, thank you again. And as I always say, until the next time.